All right. All right. So let's find a nice, comfortable seat on our mat with whatever support you have for yourself. Tonight, I apparently needed to surround myself with a bunch of stuff. Okay. Close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose if you can. And open your mouth to exhale whenever you're ready. Let's do that a couple more times. Try to find a little more softness every time you breathe out, a little more softness through your physical body. If you need to do any little wiggles of the head, the fingers and toes, anything like that, go ahead. Just organically move your body around. And unlock your jaw, soften deep within your jaw joints between your teeth. Allow the tongue to come away from the roof of your mouth. Maybe drop your chin a little bit. Deepen the breath, a little deeper, a little longer. Inhales, exhales. Try and let your breath be a natural flow. You come into the end of the exhale, take a pause, and then rise the breath again. Take a pause and let it fall. Turn widen your collarbones, soften down the tops of your shoulders. Let your elbows anchor down towards your mat. Take our hearts and from the inside out, we're going to lift the heart. Make yourself a little taller. Continue breathing your own natural breath for you. Become aware of the parts of you that are connected to your mat. And those are the parts of us that we want to start to build a nice root structure down into Mother Earth. It reaches far and wide and starts to grow nice and deep. If you feel drawn to, you can take your fingertips and start to pull some anchoring down into Mother Earth through the fingertips as well. Soften down your spine, loop the shoulders up and back, open your heart a little bit more. And let's allow an ear to drop to a shoulder. Doesn't matter which way you go first. Keep your heart lifting, keep your collarbones smiling, your roots still reaching down. Continuing to rise the chest with the breath. And play with the positioning too of your chin. Find where you feel the most tightness within your neck and work with that. And soften down that opposite arm, opposite shoulder. Check into your sit bones and just become aware of how you're anchoring from left and right sit bone. Hopefully they're evenly balanced, anchoring down nice and evenly. Not much more weight into one than the other. Build your spine nice and tall. Allow your thoughts to start to become a little bit more quiet. If you notice any lifting or tension building in through the armpits or shoulders, as you exhale, soften those areas down. We're going to draw the head across the chin, across the chest. Take a breath in. Exhale slowly, keeping the heart lifted, the spine tall, sit bones evenly grounded. And we just want to take it and land to the other side. If you notice you're pressing your lips together or drawing the eyebrows down, your gaze is a little hard, your cheekbones are feeling a little bit of tension, and soften those places. Using your breath. Being mindful not to hold your breath. Again, you can play with the placement of your chin, see what feels and works well for your body tonight. As you're lifting your heart, it's really, you're built yourself really nice and tall here. You unplug your upper body from your lower body, so you're not having that sinking feeling down. Pull, kind of tuck your belly button back in towards your spine as well. And let's start to just do half moon circles with the head. Breathe in. Exhale slowly, finding the biggest range of motion that you can, moving slowly. Try and match your breath with your movement with your breath. You can start to circle all the way around if you'd like. Going left and right. Try to lighten up the feeling in your skin, particularly in your face. One more time around, whichever way you're going. And as we come back to center, let's bring our hands to our palms, bring our crown to balance over top of the heart chakra, over top of the throat, the heart, the root chakra there. A little bit of a dip of the chin of the nose towards your fingers. Lengthen out the back and sides of your neck just a little bit more. Let's open up the rib cage a little bit. So inhale all the way up to the sky. Peel apart, palms up, elbows kind of forward. Really lift your heart. Squeeze your shoulder blades together the best that you can. And let's work with that range of motion. Inhale all the way up again. Exhale, keep your spine really tall right now. We're not going to cave in through around the heart yet. Lift and open the heart as you rise your hands with your breath. And exhale, peel open. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, create some energy in between there, but into the back of your heart. Inhale up. Exhale, this time start to round through the spine, draw the hips up towards the lower ribs, really tuck your chin in towards your heart space and land your hands just right to float in front of your heart. Take some deep breath, try and peel apart between the shoulder blades. Press the shoulders down, elbows engaged and out, pressing away from you. Inhale all the way up, tall spine, lift your heart. Peel it open. This time we're going to fall over to the side for a side stretch. Inhale up. Exhale, side stretch. Root both sit bones evenly, strongly. Your leg bone is nice and soft, long and open. Try and keep the shoulder between this space, between the ear and the top of your shoulder, nice and open as well. And just reach right out. Splay open your rib cage. Some full deep breath to the side body. Unclench your teeth, your lips, your eyes. We're going to come back up to center and open like a sunshine again. Inhale up. Exhale, open up. Come back up tall and draw in around your heart again. So draw the spine back, tuck the chin, roll the hips up towards the lower ribs. And let's land our hands in front of our heart. Peel the shoulder blades apart, send the elbows away so it's quite energized. Inhale up. Exhale, open like a flower. And side bend to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, fall and root. And open the whole side body. Spin your heart open towards the sky a little more than towards the earth right now. Belly button engaged and pulling towards your spine. Soften in your face. Some nice full deep breath here if you can. So we're going to go from side to side. Inhale all the way up tall. Exhale, land, root, stretch. A couple more times. Inhale up. Land, root your sit bones, your fingertips. On the other side, last time. Inhale up. Exhale. Soften the base of your neck, the base of your skull bones. Inhale up tall. Exhale back to your heart space. Just take a second here, center yourself, draw your awareness and your attention inward. All right, let's take the fingertips. We're going to take them and anchor them and unwind the legs, take them into a nice wide V shape. Open up the groins a little bit. If you're rounding in your back and your lower back quite a bit, and you're finding you're just your lower back is pressing back, put something underneath your sit bones. Bring yourself up so you can tilt your pelvis forward. All right, let's breathe tall. Exhale, fold it on forward as far as your body wants to go right now, and then just land and pause right there and breathe. You're welcome to keep your feet active or just relaxed, but try and keep your toes pointing up towards the sky. Soften down your shoulders, down your side body. Try and focus in on unwinding the groins a little bit, those inner thighs, and deep down into the groins, into the sit bones. When your body is ready, we're going to be here for a few minutes. So if you need a support, maybe grab that for yourself, okay? And as you're ready, just slowly make your way down a little deeper if you can. If not, stay where you are, work with where your body is at. I'm going to meet yourself where you're at. Soften down our spine and shoulder blades. Allow your teeth to fall away. Nope. Your lips to fall away from your teeth. And soften the closing of your eyes. Try and soften the whole of your chest cavity, all around your lungs, your heart, the back of the lungs, back of the heart. And just allow your rib cage and your lungs to expand with each breath and fall with each breath. So you're kind of playing with the prana of the breath. And soften your crown, your skull bones, and your scalp, your hair, your ears. Allowing your world, your inner world, to become really quite quiet and calm. Being mindful of the breath, allow it to keep flowing. Try and adopt the yin principle of being very still within your pose, still within your body, your breath, nice and calm. Maybe lift your eyebrows slightly. That might help to feel a little bit lighter. Get 30 more seconds. If your body is allowing you to shift a little bit further into your posture, make that little shift now. And a few more breaths, and we're going to get ready to rise really quite slowly with our breath. It might take a couple of breaths. Take a deep breath in, stay as you are. Release the breath as you are. And this next breath will be our rising breath. Whenever you're ready, take your time. Walk yourself back quite slowly, quite mindfully, until you're nice and tall in the spine, lifted in the heart, soft through the back of your neck. Rise and open your crown here as you rise up. Good. Start to play with the feet, maybe circle your ankles around both ways. You can flex and point your feet. Squeeze, hug the leg bone muscles, hug the bones of your legs with your muscles. And release it. Just wobble the legs around a little bit. It feels really good. You can bring them together. Take in some nice deep breath. Awesome. So tonight we're going to do a little bit of cat cows and some down dog. We don't normally do that on our Sunday night practice, but we're gonna tonight. So let's find fours. If you have supports, maybe just kind of move them off to the side for a moment. Spread your fingers, root down into the mat. Untuck your toes and feel the tops of your feet connect. And then shift yourself so you feel all of your joints aligned. You're welcome to start to wiggle the hips, not wiggle, sway your hips from side to side as though you're trying to tap the sides of your mat with your hip. Breathe. Your belly strong in support of your body. Excellent. Start to whirl the rib cage around. Some full deep breath. Close your eyes. Enjoy the experience. Enjoy the movement. You can involve the head, the shoulders, the elbows. As much organic movement here as you'd like. Going both ways. Excellent. And when you're ready, let's come to stillness in 4s. And we're going to inhale and drop our belly, shine the heart light forward, open the tailbone. Breathe really quite deeply. If you notice that you're sinking in your shoulder joints a little bit, press through the floor, lengthen out your arm bones. Nice soft drishti, just gazing forward. Try and focus and soften around your tailbone. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, anchor your tailbone back down towards Mother Earth. Rise the spine. Draw your heart up and towards the back of your spine and tuck your chin. Breathe nice and deeply. You don't have to stay still here. If you feel rocking is something that would feel nice for you, go ahead and rock back and forth. Breathe really deeply. And inhale, drop your belly. Shine the heart light forward. Excellent. Big breath in. Exhale, rise your spine. Tuck the chin. Peel apart the back of your heart. From here, just check into your fingers. Make sure they're really widely spread to support you in lifting up to downward facing dog. Breathe in, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift the tailbone up to the sky. Land in whatever version of downward dog feels right for you tonight. You can keep your knees fairly bent. Shake your head. Yes, no. Shake out your ribs. Bounce on the feet. Release any tension through the backs of your legs, around your tailbone, lower back. Breathe very deeply. Two more breaths. Huge breath to rise to the toes. Exhale, bring down to the knees, and let's take child's pose. If you like your knees wide, take them nice and wide. Otherwise, just sink down nice and slow. Feel the belly come in connection with the legs. The heart draw down towards your mat and connect your forehead to your mat. And let's just rest here, mindfully breathing. You can repeat a mantra within your mind's eye if you'd like. One I really like is I am spacious and easeful. I am spacious and easeful. Start to feel your body sink a little bit deeper into the support of your mat. Try and allow your sit bones to sink down towards your heels, the soles of your feet. Part your teeth and soften your eyes. Allow your thoughts to just pass on by if you find your mind is a little busy. Give your mind a job to just listen to your breath. Just try and quiet your inner world a little bit more. Let go of any tension you may be feeling in your skin, in your bones.
On our next couple of breaths, we're just gonna, if your arms aren't out extended in front of you, take that time with each breath to reach your hands out in front of you. Spread your fingers nice and wide to root. And we're gonna go into fours and then take a breath down into thread the needle. So inhale, let's rise to fours first. And then on your breath out, or if you need an extra breath, let's sink down to thread the needle. You can be in this in a very restful way. So just letting that top arm rest on the floor. Try and keep your tailbone nice and high if you can. Close your eyes, breathe. Keep an even weight on the knees, the hips. If you're feeling like you'd like to open up a little bit more, you can open up with this top arm, take it up towards the sky. You can come up and take that hip up high, take the same leg that you're facing, you can take it out from the hip and plant the foot on the floor and open up the hip. Really nice way to kind of unwind. So you choose which version you'd like to be in. We'll stay here for a minute. All those little check-ins of your body to become aware of any tension you may be holding but not aware of, particularly within the face and the joints. Some nice mindful breath in, easeful breath out. So we're going to get ready to come out of this thread the needle on this side in a couple of breaths. So if you have your leg out extended or your arm up towards the sky, bring everything back in underneath of you. And we're going to get ready to rise to fours one more time. So plant the palm, plant your fingers, get ready to press into the earth to rise. Inhale. Exhale, drag that extended arm out along, plant it back on your mat. Bring yourself back into alignment in your fours so all of your joints are lined up one more time. Take a breath here. And we're going to go through to thread the needle on the other side as you exhale. So breathing in, breathing out, and lowering your body down. Just staying in this first version of your thread the needle. And then when you're ready, if you want to go where you extend the leg or reach up to the sky, I'll leave that with you for when you're ready to do that. Check into the hips and make sure that your hips are in alignment with your knees for the most part. You haven't shifted your hips off to one side. Just mindful, even breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Become aware of the areas your breath is easily going when it comes into the body. And maybe some of the areas where it's having a little harder time reaching. About 30 more seconds or so. Try and relax and be open to receiving your pose. And come back to our mantra. I am easeful, I am spacious. So if you have your leg out extended or your arm out extended, let's take some breath and bring those back underneath of us. And we're going to get ready to rise to fours, planting the palm first. Take your breath when you're ready. Draw that arm along the earth and let's plant back into our fours. And just shift your hips forward and back. A little movement here going in the shoulder and the hip joint. Some nice full deep breath. Work with the wrists a little bit. Beauty. And let's land back in. So we're sitting on our knees. Just walk the hands back. Land yourself tall. If this is not comfortable for you, you can place something between your thighs and your calves, or you could sit seated Sukhasana as well. But let's draw ourselves nice and tall. Rise the heart. Let the shoulders come down. Shine your collarbones. Really rise your crown. Excellent, excellent. Take a deep breath. Let's take a scooping breath all the way up. Inhale. Draw the hands down the center line. Just let your palms float down. A nice calming breath. Oh my goodness. Inhale up. And calm your nervous system as you draw your hands down. Just notice how you're feeling. All right, we're gonna walk our way to fours. And actually we're gonna do lizard this evening. So you can lift up into downward dog to go into a lunge, a forward lunge if you would prefer, or you can just go from your fours as well. So bringing that right leg forward, inhale, exhale, draw that right leg forward, shimmy it on over so it's in alignment underneath the armpit. Okay, and try and sink those hips forward the best you can. If you need blocks or support for your hands, place those there. And just soften your body into the pose. We're just going to keep this front thigh tucked in underneath of us, underneath the armpit for now. We'll open it up in a few breaths, but let's just keep everything square for now. Nice full deep breath. Breathe. Try to breathe deep down into the pelvis, through the hip flexors. If you notice that your body is in resistance, you're feeling some gripping, back up just a little bit out of the pose. Let it readjust. Take a few nice deep breaths
And then try coming back into it again. And soften down our spine. Notice if you're gripping in your toes at all. And now if you'd like, you can come on the inside of that leg with your arm. Either supinate, flex the toes and supinate onto the outside edge, roll onto the outside edge of your foot and let your knee fall out on an angle. Or you can open up the toes themselves and let this whole your whole bottom structure open up on an angle there as well. This might be able to allow you to draw a little bit deeper through the stretch in the hip flexor. And if it's in your practice to, go all the way down to the mat, please go ahead and do that. Take some nice full breath. Soften your toes. Maybe give them a little bit of a wiggle. Oh my, it's been a long while since I've done this pose. Holy. Try and keep your mind nice and quiet and calm. Using your breath, closing your eyes. Try and find a deep stillness. Some nice deep breath. If you're really going into resistance like I am right now with this pose, just focus solely on your inhale and your exhale. Try and soften the best you can. Three more breaths, and then we'll bring the knee back underneath of us, kind of tuck it into our side body. All right, and you're ready. Let's shimmy that leg over back so it comes underneath of us. Square everything back up to the front of your mat there. Breathe in, breathe out. And we want to slowly shift back, really quite mindfully with the breaths. Breathe in and exhale, slow, slow, slow until you're going to feel that release of the hip flexor. And pause there once you feel it release and sit with that for just a breath or two. Okay, let's shift all the way back, get into the hamstring of the other side. So anchor your heel, draw your toes up, relax the leg bones of your extended leg, and square your hips up, shoulders up to the front of the mat. Anchor into your heel and then energetically start to pull the leg back so it plugs back in. Let your lips part, your teeth part, soften your cheekbones in behind your eyes. And let's shift it back forward, ladies. Breathe in. Exhale, root your foot nice and strong. Don't go too far forward again. And we're going to take it back to fours or downward dog, your choice. All right, breathe in. Exhale, take it on back. And stay in your fours or your downward facing dog for a breath or two. And check into each side. Notice how you feel from the side that we just opened up and the side we're going to do next. Hopefully you have that spacious feeling.
And either going from your fours or your downward dog. We're going to bring the other side forward on the breath. Big breath. And landing back, everything underneath of you, nice and square. Drop the leg down if you haven't already. Untuck your toes. Hug your inner thigh towards your side body or your belly. Okay, and let's stay here. Find where you're comfortable right now. So we're not pushing into any sort of version of the stretch that is uncomfortable right now. Just breathe deep down into the pelvis again, around the hip flexor. And then let's start to sink it a little deeper if you're ready. Everything's still square and underneath of us. Wiggle the toes so we're not gripping them too hard into our mat. And soften into the groins and your hip flexor. And whenever you're ready, you're welcome to open this side back up, or this side up as well. So whatever you did on the other side, let's just do the same on this side. Nice, big, deep, full breath in and out as you settle. Soften down your spine, the back of your neck, your skull bones. Watch the gripping of the toes one more time. Nice mindful breathing, soften your face. Lift your eyebrows slightly, soften along your hairline. And then just whoosh that softness right down deep into the hip flexor there. Try and focus on stillness, focus on the breath, and calming your nervous system. And focus. You can also send your focus to your roots, and your roots through your hands and your feet. Focus growing those out wide and deep. Come back to the face. Check for any crunching or squeezing or tensions building there. Whew, all right, let's get ready to bring that leg back underneath of us, you guys. Take a breath. Bring it back underneath, hug it into the side body. And we're going to slowly, slowly, as we breathe in and out, draw back, release your hip flexor. And again, when we feel that release, just pause there for a breath. And we're going to breathe out and shift it all the way back. Bring the heel up, or sorry, the toes up, anchor the heel. Shine your heart light forward. You soften down the spine, the shoulder blades, the armpits. The ball of the foot is reaching towards the front of the mat there. Okay, as we anchor our heel and then pull the leg bones into the hip socket. Soften your chest cavity. Cross the upper back between your shoulder blades. One more breath. Beautiful. Let's root that front foot. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe your roots down deep. And let's take it back to either fours or downward dog. If you have gone back to fours, maybe meet us in downward dog for a breath or two. And try and allow your heels to sink down towards Mother Earth. Release your skull bones. Breathe deeply. And let's inhale to our toes. Exhale the knees down and slowly draw back into your version of child's pose. And that's where we're going to stay for a minute or two. Just soften the soles of your feet. Feel your body become a little bit more weighted into your mat. Letting go of your skin. Gently closing your eyes. Gently breathing. Just release any tensions. Let it ripple away. Anything you've been carrying around today that has felt a little bit heavy, let's put that down. And quietly breathing in and out. We're just going to stay in our child's pose for about a minute. And I'll just leave you with a nice quiet calm. So I won't be talking. I'll just let us settle here in our child's pose. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. Let's slowly stretch one arm out in front of us, plant our palm down to root, and slowly stretch the other to meet it. And then just let your gripping be really easeful so your hands may start to tent, just your fingertips making connection to the mat. Let your arm bones sink down into your mat. When you're ready, spread those fingers. So intentionally connect them to the mat, spread them nice and wide and long. Just going to lift up to our fours. Breathe in. Slowly, mindfully rise to your fours. Keep your eyes closed. Bring everything underneath of you. Actually, let's walk the legs under. So we're going to come to seated Sukhasana. Come to cross the legs. If you have something you want to sit on, place that underneath your sit bones. Okay. Build your spine up really, really tall. Lift your heart, soften down the spine, down the shoulder blades. Any leftover tension, tightness that may be sitting on the shoulders, just imagine sweeping it right off. Off it goes. Close your eyes, balance your crown over top of your third eye, your throat, your heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral and root. So we have this beautiful long lineal line. All right, let's bring the hands to the heart space. Take a nice deep breath in and just feel where you are in space. Notice if you're off more to one side than the other, which is okay. If you're balanced on the sit bones. Just being very still and very quiet. Feel your breath as it rises your ribs, as you take in breath, and then feel that breath leaving in your body, relaxing into it, softening into it, surrendering into the exhale. And again, rising, feel that rising of the breath, the expansion of the ribs, expansion of life into you. And then feel the surrender and the softness to the exhale. Let's take a slow scooping breath. So inhale, scoop the hands all around you. Keep your eyes closed, very mindful. Just feel your arms rising, nice soft palms. And then when they get to the top, like exhale the hands down the front line of our body. We're coming to the end of our practice. We want to try and close it with a nice, calm, tranquil energy. So let's repeat that again. Inhale, rise. And slowly exhale. This time we're going to land at our root chakra. Flip the palms to float upwards. And let's breathe up to the heart. Inhale. As though you really literally almost have your, and exhale back down to your roots. But as you rise in your palms, imagine you're holding your heart in your hands and you're just rising it up. Really lifting your heart and then surrendering back down. One more time, inhale up. Exhale down. And let's just float here in front of our belly. So have a really nice, it's a heart to mind prayer that I wanted to share with you guys tonight. It's just, we're having a little conversation with our mind. So what we want to, if you feel okay and want to place one hand on your heart, doesn't matter which one, and then the other one just over your forehead or your third eye space. So you're connecting with your mind and we're connecting with our hearts. Close your eyes and just breathe. And soften into the wrists, soften into your finger joints, into the centers of your palms and the back of your heart, back of your hands. Dear mind, I bow to you and honor your great powers and the tireless work you do for me. You are a part of me and I love you.
but I wish for you not to continue to look for the things that hurt me and hurt us. We must stop repeating that which does not serve us. I choose to move into my undefended and fearless heart. Mind, when you start producing thoughts that squelch joy, I ask that you stop and stand as a fortress of love for me, repeating not the negative story of self-protection, but the mantra, love is all I need, am, and desire. Please align with me in the tenderness of my being, always in the soft place of my heart's deep knowing. Please do not look for my pain and hope to eradicate it, but instead take what hurts and stop it from spinning in its orbit. You are my ally, my friend. I love you, mind. We're here to help one another, and this is how you can better serve me. Please and thank you. Let's draw our hands back to our heart space. And we're going to just go into a little bit of a forward fold from here. Breathe in. Exhale, just start to round into the spine. You can bring the hands down to the lap and let them just settle. Palm tucked in palm if that feels okay. Or if you want them on your inner knee. And let your chin drop towards your heart space. So we're just caving in around the heart for a moment, for a breath or two here. Let your lips fall away from your teeth, your face feel quite heavy. Some nice deep breath. Really exhaling quite strongly. And soften your shoulders a little bit more. And just try and let go and dangle here. And a couple more breaths. And when you're ready, let's flip those palms to press on the inner knees, just above the knee joint there. And we're going to roll up through the spine. Inhale, roll up tall, tall, tall. Exhale, really lift your heart. Draw your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Stretch out the chin a little bit. Come back to neutral. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale up to the sky. Breathe deep. Exhale strong to the heart. 2 more times. Inhale, rise. Exhale strong to the heart. And last time. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, you guys. It felt really good to get to the mat, back to our mat with you. So thank you for showing up. Appreciate you. Have a great week. Om Shanti, deep peace to you. Namaste.